Hello once again. It's certainly been quite a while again since the last update. As you can see, the floor pans look slightly less crappy. Actually, they do look terrible because they have been primed and scuffed and ready for paint. So that's why they look not very good on camera. Some parts it probably looks like it's not even on there. Trust me, it is on there. It's just, you know, looks bad on camera and probably doesn't even look that great in person. But this is the first time I've ever done something like this, so you're gonna have to bear with me. So as I said before, in the past, the floor pans aren't too bad, and as you can see, they're pretty solid for the most part. I think I've shown before in the past that there's some spots that's not as fantastic looking. Like if you look here, you got some rot going on here, so this will have to be cut out and sectioned out. I know technically with just how badly pitted everything is, we should be doing new floor pans, but at the moment I just want to drive this thing before summer ends, so I'm going to put it back together, even if that means I have to blow it back apart when winter comes, because I live in Canada, so winter's cold, sucks, miserable. Perfect time to get back to the project. And then yeah, right here as well, there's another spot, but for the most part I sandblasted it. I put on OSFO. Very hard to get up north, actually. There's only one place I could find online that sold it, and it was out of Ontario, so I had to wait a few days just to get it. Worked pretty decently. Left a weird layer on that you have to like, leaves this gross black flaky layer that you have to like scuff off, and then when it's all done, it kind of makes the metal this bluish bronze hue, and apparently that's what they want. So that's what I did, and I went through with it after. I figure, hey, even if the OSFO didn't do that fantastic of a job, I'll have to redo these floor pans in the next season anyways. So if I'm gonna experiment, now is a good time to do it. You see everything's covered up. I did cover up all this in the tunnel because everything on the tunnel is good. All the paint's good, all the sound deadening's good. So I did decide to just mask it, call it a day for now. The chassis, I will probably just be doing some sort of Pour 15 rust encapsulator, something like that on the actual frame itself. Engine is still looking like, it doesn't look fantastic, I won't lie. I do need to do the exhaust still. This exhaust tip's still there. That one disappeared a very long time ago. And yeah, so like I was talking about with the OSFO, like you kind of get left with this when you're done. I did actually end up putting it on here just to, I don't know, test it out. And yeah, it leaves this odd sort of bluish haze to the metal. I talked with the rep of my epoxy primer. He said it was fine to leave that on there. I know there are certain brands that you have to neutralize it and remove it. My rep said it was fine, so I'm going with his word this time around. If it don't work, then I guess I'll change it up for something that's more visually appealing, such as the body. So I'm going to actually quickly get a layer of paint on this, and I'll show you what it looks like after that's done. So for this portion, you might actually already catch it if you have a keen eye, but I decided since the floor pan's gonna need to be replaced anyways one day, I might as well just risk it. So I have this can of Endura paint. It's more of like an industrial line of paint, if anything. It's produced in my home province, actually, so I believe so. Did not get it from there though. Did not get it from their manufacturing headquarters. As you can see from the sticker, the little $5 all, I got these bad boys straight from a garage sale, which, as we all know, is either treasures or garbage. More of the latter than the former, but I was actually concerned. I was like, oh god, maybe I just wasted $5 on this, and this guy just probably laughed as some guy just gave him like double money just for, you know, essentially what is crap. But I did actually get the chance to open. I should have opened it more before I started rolling, but it's a little watery and thin, so I'm gonna mix it up a little bit, and we're going to see whether I got completely screwed or not. And as you can see, it is actually starting to mix a little bit. It is very much separated into two bits. You got whatever the thinner stuff is at the top, and the thicker stuff is at the bottom. And oh my god, I don't know if I can even show that on YouTube without being demonetized, but I'm not monetized to begin with because my channel is tiny and shitty. So we're gonna keep stirring this, and we're gonna cut to either I'm gonna say I'm so successful or I failed like an idiot. So actually, after mixing the hell out of this paint, and I mean like shaking it in all directions, if you peered through me shaking it through a window and you couldn't see like the bottom half of me shaking the can, you'd think I'd be doing an indecent act. But after a lot of stirring and shaking, it's actually a nice normal consistency. So I'm just gonna say screw it. $5 garage sale paint, $5 Canadian, by the way, so that's not even real money. And I'm gonna put this on and I'm gonna see what happens, so stay tuned for that. So the paint has actually been applied and dried, mostly. First impressions is not the greatest. As you can see, some spots, I don't know if there's like contamination that was hidden within like kind of the more porous areas that I just didn't get out quite effectively enough. But you can see like, it's not that it's peeling, it's just that it didn't quite hold in super fantastic. Really, and also it's white, which doesn't help because of the fact that since it is white, it is going to highlight every single thing I did wrong like 20 times more, especially in this dark little shed. Also, it does not help that I did it in this shed because I don't really have a proper place to paint without getting overspray everywhere. And I would have done the garage, but since the garage has the rest of the body in it, I was kind of limited on choices. So it is white. Now that I've painted it and put it on and looked at it, it's an interesting aesthetic choice. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of it. I kind of just want to like be like, hey, can I paint something with $5 paint that its quality is questionable at best after probably sitting in someone's garage for 5 years, 10 years, who knows? The guy didn't know. He bought it from a garage sale himself, and then I bought it from him at another garage sale. So the cycle of life just kind of kept continuing. You saw the consistency of it. It's separated pretty badly. But I guess at the same time, it is a floor. So, you know, sound deadening is going to be put on it next. And then the carpet. Am I going to take it back down and repaint it? Probably not. To be honest, this has kind of been a budget build, even though the budget has blown massively out of proportion just with the prices of buying all this sheet metal and whatnot and all of that. So we're just probably gonna have to take this L and keep going. But for now, that's about everything. I'm having to step around all these fenders. I will cover that up in another video. I'm still debating on whether they are savable or not. But yeah, like I said, I'll cover that at a later date if I still decide to use them or not. But anyways, thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your summer nights and have a good one.